What's up guys, this is Matty Mo and today we're reviewing the Dell Venue 8 7000 tablet. This is Dell's latest Android tablet. And it also happens to be the world's thinnest tablet as well. It has a depth of 6mm and is actually thinner than the iPad Air 2, which is 6.1mm, and of course the iPad Mini 3. The Venue 8 7000 is made of anodized aluminum, which is the same stuff that Apple uses on its products, which gives the tablet a nice chiseled industrial look and feel. It's also the only Android tablet to use a full aluminum body, making it the most premium feeling Android tablet on the market. If you like Apple products, then the Dell Venue will fit nicely into your lifestyle. On the right side of the tablet, you have a micro SD card slot that supports up to 512 GB of storage space. And if that's not good enough, Dell is including 20 GB of Dropbox storage space as well. On the left side of the tablet, you have your volume rocker and power button located at the upper left-hand corner. The buttons are also made out of aluminum, which gives it a nice feel, but it's hard to differentiate between the volume up and volume down. Because the volume button is really flush with the body of the tablet, it can make it a little confusing on which button is volume up or volume down. It would have been nice if Dell separated the buttons or made the volume rocker stick out a little bit more. On the bottom of the tablet, you have your headphone jack and micro USB charging port. Turning the tablet over, you have three rear-facing cameras, two of them being 720p 3D cameras and one 8-megapixel shooter. And it's both using Intel's RealSense snapshot camera technology. The in-depth camera allows you to take photos from 3 to 16 feet away from the subject. When you use the software, you can measure the width, height, and distance of objects. One thing to note is that the bottom of the back is glass, and it happens to be a huge fingerprint magnet, which makes the tablet always look dirty. Moving back to the front of the tablet, you have a gorgeous 8.4-inch Oled Infinity display with very small bezels. The display has a resolution of 2560 by 1600 and packs 359 pixels per inch. The screen is also laminated, which puts the text and photos closer to the glass and of course your fingertips. The same way the iPhone 6 and iPad Air 2 does. Now below the display we have our 2-megapixel front-facing camera and speaker. It is really in an awkward place to put the front camera, as you're forced to turn the tablet upside down to take photos. When you do this, your hands get your thumbs all over the display for some nice smudges. The speakers sound really nice and loud, and in fact they're actually stereo speakers. Now also, because the speaker is so big, even if you cover part of it with your hand, you're still going to get great sound. Inside the Venue Pro, you have Intel's latest 2.3 GHz quad-core Atom Z3500 processor. It also has 2 GB of RAM, Intel HD graphics, and 16 GB of internal storage. Intel's latest processor runs extremely well, and you probably wouldn't be able to differentiate between this processor and some of Qualcomm's latest ones. This thing screams of sheer performance. Turning on the tablet, you notice that it's running an almost stot-like version of Android 4.4.4 KitKat, and should be getting Android Lollipop sometime in the near future. I'm not going to go through the whole operating system, but it's pretty much the standard stuff you get with KitKat. I will mention a few tweaks that Dell did include. First is the Max audio program, which sits in the notification center. It's pretty much an easy to use equalizer and volume control. The other piece of software is My Dell, which allows you to get more detailed information about your tablet. For example, you can check out your storage, battery life, CPU, and RAM usage. There's also the advanced check feature, which lets you diagnose your touchscreen, LCD panel, volume keys, and much, much more. As mentioned previously, the back of the tablet is hosting 3 different cameras, which allows you to take 8-megapixel photos and record depth information. The problem is using the camera is annoying because you're always most likely to block one of the cameras with your fingers. On top of that, most people don't rely on their tablets to take pictures since they're more of a media consumption device. I didn't find the camera technology appealing and most likely would never use it. To make matters worse, the front camera is on the bottom of the tablet, requiring you to completely flip the tablet to take a picture, which forces you to place your fingers on the screen due to the really thin bezels. Overall, gaming on this tablet was great. However, I did feel awkward using the tablet in landscape mode. It was like this tablet was made to be in portrait mode all the time. Now in landscape mode, one hand is going to be blocking part of the speaker and the other hand has no bezel to rest on. In terms of sheer gaming performance, games ran smooth as butter, and because the screen is so awesome, everything looked absolutely amazing. It has a 16:9 aspect ratio, which makes watching movies a complete utter joy. I'll also just want to mention that moving through menus or even loading apps seem to have a bit of a lag sometimes. From what I understand, it's more of a frame rate issue than a hardware. Hopefully this will get fixed with a software upgrade. Now avid readers will be happy to know that this tablet feels like it was meant for reading books. Text looks great on the screen, and because the screen is laminated, it feels like words are floating right in front of your face. And like I mentioned previously before, this tablet is only meant to be held in portrait mode. Now, battery life was impressive. I was happy to see that it took a very long time to drain the battery. The battery lasted a really long time and even beat out the iPad mini with Retina. Intel's newer mobile chip does a fantastic job preserving battery life. So finally, here's what I loved about the Dell Venue 8 7000. First is the actual OLED display. Games, movies, and text looked really, really good. Colors were vibrant, and it's definitely the best screen on an Android tablet on the market today. Now, the tablet also happens to have really high-end premium materials, and I think it looks great. It feels strong, it's sturdy, and well-designed, especially for a tablet so thin. In my opinion, it's the best-looking Android tablet right now. Battery life was really impressive, and it'll easily outlast other comparable tablets on the market, including Apple's iPad mini Retina. The Intel Atom processor performs extremely well, and which also helped contribute to the awesome battery life. You really won't be able to tell the difference between a recent Qualcomm Snapdragon processor and the Intel Atom. Finally, it's super light and thin. It feels fine in one hand. It's mostly stock Android, and there's a micro SD card slot where you can put up to 512 gigabytes of storage space. So here's what I didn't like. First, it was the name, Dell. You really couldn't think of something a little bit better? Dell 8 Pro 7000 tablet smartphone. Like, really, come on. It sounds like a freaking Terminator. Second up was the tablet's edges were so chiseled it felt a little bit uncomfortable to hold in your hand. It would have been nice if they actually rounded them out and kind of rethought the whole bezel situation. The cameras are more of a gimmick, and the actual placement of both the front and rear facing camera got in the way of actually taking photos. Battery charging is slow, so for those of you who are used to the latest and greatest from Qualcomm and the rapid charging, you're not going to find that on this tablet yet. It's because it's using Intel's processor and it doesn't support it. And up next was price. I felt tablet was overpriced for what you were getting. For $400 American or $450 Canadian, I couldn't recommend this tablet to anyone, especially over the iPad mini and the Nexus 9. Now, if the tablet was $100 cheaper, then I definitely think it'd be a viable option. In the end, I love the direction Dell is going. Their latest tablet and XPS Ultrabook both scream premium products. Dell continues this path. All I can see is that their products will only keep getting better and better. So what do you guys think of the Dell Venue 8 7000? Is this something you guys are going to buy? Is this something you guys could consider? Let me know in the comments below. Also, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please feel free to share it and give it a big thumbs up. And as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see everybody in the next episode.